Welcome to the Be Magnetic podcast, where we ignite deep abundance and step into soul-led success without losing joy, freedom, or peace. This is for the woman who is bored, disconnected, and exhausted trying to win a game she doesn't want to play anymore. If your soul is calling for more flow, more ease, more magic, but you're not sure how to get there, get ready to become magnetic and create a life that is as juicy and abundant as you've always dreamed it could be. Hi, my love, and welcome back to the podcast, and Happy New Year. I hope you had the most amazing start into 2026 and you're like already set and go. I'm definitely still like relaxing, taking some time off. I'm always using what we call in Germany Rauhnächte, which is basically the 12 nights between Christmas and the 6th of January, to kind of like ease into the new year. So maybe you've got some fun plans as well around like taking care of yourself, or maybe you were like full on back to work already. However, I hope you had a great start into the new year, and I wanted to kick off the first episode of 2026 on the podcast by doing an energetic forecast, and I want to dive into the overall energy of 2026 and January. So I want to do like a big of a deep dive today. As you know, this episode is perfectly for you if you want to lead your month with intention and you want to tap and tune into the energy of the month and into the energy of the year ahead, so you can lead from truth instead of pressure. I personally prepare for a new year mostly by following these rituals that we here in Germany have for these 12 nights between Christmas and the 6th of January. So these are considered to be very special nights or days because they're basically, when you look back into like the ancient way of like the ancient calendars and stuff like that, they didn't exist. And so these are kind of like one day, so to say, and it is considered that the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world in those 12 nights is very, very thin, and we actually can access the spiritual world so much easier and so much more in depth. And used to like have all these different rituals to celebrate and protect themselves, and kind of like set the tone and kind of like bond with the spiritual world in those 12 nights, because they're also set to be this forecast of what the year is going to look. So farmers used to use those days to kind of forecast what each month of the year would be, or would look like. So each day they would, for example, track the weather and like the meteorological conditions to kind of know what to expect the coming year. And I actually did this a few times now. It's like really accurate. It's wild. Anyway, that is how I prepare really. So I have my own little ritual for what I do every single day. So I like write down some of the themes that came up for me on any of those 12 days, and then I pull cards to kind of tap into the month of the year that kind of correlates to that day. I also do like a cleansing ritual and like intention setting. I also do like a wish ritual, which is I think so fun. I write down wishes on paper. Originally won't be able to be more than 13, but that always used to work out for me. So I write down 13 things I want to manifest next year, and each day I burn one letter, and then the one thing that you have left on the 7th of January is the one that you are meant to work on more dedicatedly. The rest is set to just come true through the help of the universe. So you can kind of surrender that. And the 13th, so the last one thing that is left over, is the one that you're meant to kind of put most of your effort to, where most of your action is required in order for it to manifest over the next year. So that is kind of how I prepare. I also obviously do my own like year ahead reading, and last year I got an incredible calendar from a friend of mine, like fun stuff like that. But yeah. Today, I want to tap into the energy of 2026 and then also the energy of January. So you've got the best outlook that you can possibly have for what's to come for you moving forward. So let's tap into the numerology of 2026. For 2025 was a year 9. 2026 is a universal year 1. So the 1 is all about new beginning, fresh cycles, personal leadership, intuition, independence. It's kind of like the visionary number seeds that are supposed to take shape over the next 9-year cycle, bold actions, pioneering energy, and stepping out of your comfort zone. So that means that as a collective, we are being invited to start fresh. So there is like live new energy coming up this year for a lot of us that is calling us into personal leadership, that's calling us back into our power, into initiating the things that we want to see in the world, that we want to see in our lives. It's also calling us to be more independent, to actually go after the stuff that we want. It's actually also calling us into getting clear on what seeds we want to plant to flourish over the next 9 years. It's also asking us to like take action towards the changes that we want to see, and kind of like visualize a bit more, and like really tap into this energy of like, what do we want to see different in our own lives or in the world itself, and then step out of our comfort zone to actually make this happen. The archetype that I feel strongly resonates with this energy is the visionary, pioneer, initiator, because he makes the moves, right? He has the big idea. He knows what he wants. He sees things for the world that no one else can see at the time he sees them, right? And that is kind of the energy that we are being called to lean into this year. And he's also not afraid to like pursue them. He's not afraid to like talk about the stuff that he envisions for the world and then he sees, even if no one else can like see it with him yet, like he sticks to it. And that is kind of the energy that we are being invited to approach 2026 with, and like the visions that we hold for our next 9-year cycle. So when we tap into January 2026 is a collective month 2. Since we're in a year 1, it's a month 2, and the 2 is all about relationships, collaboration, sensitivity, also slowly aligning yourself with new beginnings and like more emotional truth, also patience, and deep listening. So like especially in January, we are invited to look at, okay, how can we, like, what are the fresh starts that we desire in our relationships? How can we look at like collaborating and like bringing patience and balance into our lives from a fresh perspective? Also, maybe are there any places where we could listen a little bit deeper, or where we need to like be a bit more strategic, a bit more thought through, instead of like forging ahead? But at the same time, since we're still in kind of this 1 energy, a lot like how like it's very expansive, right? And like kind of this energy of like, what do we envision for that area of our lives to swing with? But it's very much so about relationships and collaboration and like being patient and like going with the flow kind of energy, which is fun, which is a great energy to start the year with, I think. The archetype that is tied to that, or that I feel like strongly resonates with that, is the diplomat, because they are like very focused on harmony and like nurturing connections and like having everything run smoothly, right? And we can maybe tap into our inner diplomat a little bit more this month and really trust the divine timing over the urgency, and kind of look at, okay, how can we bring more peace? How can we bring more harmony to our social environment? But also, how can we start this year with the most like ease and emotional alignment possible? So that sounds awesome. Let's roll the astro dice. So I first want to tap into the energy of 2026. So the theme of 2026, and see what Spirit has to say. Okay, so we have Uranus in Gemini in the second house. So Gemini is like the social sign, and it's like the second house is all about unconventional relationships with, or like not unconventional, but like so Gemini is all about social life, unconventional ideas, like expanded mind, things like that. Uranus is the planet of transformation, so we have Uranus in Gemini in the second house. Uranus is the planet of breakthroughs, innovation, also like rebellious energy, and like sudden changes. Gemini is the very like social sign. It's like the communicator. It's like got very curious energy. So I feel like there is going to be a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to things that we thought about a lot. There's a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to our social life, the way we are communicating. Also like a change maybe in the tone in which we are communicating. Then we also have the second house, and the second house is all about self-worth, money, your resources, material world, and personal values. So I feel like there is like some shifts in the way you see yourself and the way you see the world, like what is important to you, maybe also materialistic. You will like have a different sense throughout the year of what does actually matter for you, what the things are that you actually want to acquire in life. There's also going to be breakthroughs around money, which is exciting, and also breakthroughs around your personal resources and any feelings of self-worth. There's also going to be like more of a focus and like expansion like mentally when it comes to money and like your material world, and also your personal values. So that is fun. A lot of expansion, and I feel like the expansion happens a lot in our mind and the way we think about things and the way we communicate about things, in the area of like money and your material world and like your personal values. So that is fun. I love this. Now let's tap into the energy of January and like see what the theme of the month for January is. We have Pisces in North Node in the first house. Okay, so Pisces is like the very mystical sign. It's very sensitive, also boundless, and compassionate and like dreamy and sensitive. And the North Node is all about our soul direction, the stuff that we are meant to grow past over the course of our lives. It's the destiny that's unfolding, and the karmic evolution. It's kind of like the karma that we brought with that we're meant to move past. And then the first house is all about our identity, our self-expression, our embodiment, and how we're perceived by others. So what does this mean for January? So I feel like there's a lot of like sensitivity around or like heightened senses around your karma, and maybe you're feeling more of that growth edge come through, like you're being pushed towards where your soul is guiding you to, but there's also like a slight resistance towards what's meant to be, especially when it comes to like your identity and how you express yourself and how others see you. So I feel like there is gonna be like, you're gonna push through into identity, a new way of expressing yourself, and it is gonna like have a touch of like the sensitivity and like this like internal freedom, right? You're gonna feel way freer throughout the course of January, and there's gonna be more magic, and you're gonna feel a bit more in tune with yourself and a bit more connected to your soul as well. So yeah, that is awesome. Love this. Okay, now that we have a pretty good idea what awaits us in 2026 and in January, we can dive into your pick a pile reading. So again, we have 3 groups. This time, because we want to tap into 2026 energy and also into January, I'm going to tap first of all for each group into the 2026 kind of energy, what's ahead for the year. And then we also look within that, what's ahead for January. So what you're going to do again is pick a number intuitively from 1 to 3. And you pick that number that resonates the most with you. That is the message that is meant for you around 2026 in January. And you will skip ahead to using the timestamps. You will skip ahead using the timestamps below to the group that you intuitively picked as it resonated most with you. So that being said, let's start into the reading of the group number 1. Let's see. What does Spirit have to say about your 2026? So it says abundance and attainment. So it feels like 2026 for you is a lucky year. It feels like a lot of your dreams are gonna come true in this new year, and a lot of abundance as well, like materialistic of course, but also just like you feeling really like you won the lottery, like life is too good to be true, like you are like everything is like in tune. You love your home, you love your surroundings, you love the people that you're with, you're like financially taken care of, you have a lot to celebrate, and you feel very like accomplished and like you have really got this nailed down, right? That is kind of the energy of 6 for you. Let's see what else we have with this. Okay, Spirit also wants you to know that you're good enough. So I feel like that for you in the coming year, there's going to be a lot of work around your self-worth and around just, you know, stepping into your power and knowing what you're capable of and what you're worthy of, and like understanding that like this dream, like the ultimate abundance, the ultimate attainment, the ultimate dream life, that is already yours. This is so possible and you're so worthy of this. That is the main message that Spirit has for you for 2026. And there's also the message that you're supposed to take time to breathe out. While there's like so much positivity for you on the horizon for 2026, Spirit also clearly says this is not a time to forge ahead, to rush ahead. Don't take this message as a sign to like now grind, but rather breathe out, like go with the flow, ease into this, allow this to happen instead of wanting to make this happen. Let's see what else Spirit has to say for your 2026. Okay, so I feel like that there's maybe been a few things that you're still feeling confused around or that feel unclear, or maybe even you think like, how am I gonna get there? Like, how is this gonna work out for me? And Spirit wants you to know like you don't have to figure this out. Like you don't have to know how it's gonna work out. You just have to trust, and you have to like trust that you can be that person that is accomplished and very well set up. Yeah, and this is also going to be a year where you're really going to step into self-mastery and mastery of your mind. So especially when it comes to like those feelings, those doubts that you still have lingering around, you're going to step into a version of yourself that is very confident, very secure in herself, very well asserted and very like sharp-minded of like, you've got your mind under control, like, and in the best way possible. And you're also gonna feel very like, there's a lot of like fast moving energy as well, and like things are moving fast for you. And I feel like that's maybe why you're being called to breathe out a little bit more, because like everything is moving so quickly, and like you really need to ground yourself in the process of this. You really need to take your time off to like make sure that you actually get to enjoy this incredible transformation that's coming through for you in this new year. Let's see any last messages for the year. Okay, we have summer, so it feels like 2026 feels a lot like summer for you. Summer all year long. A time for blooming, celebrate your successes. Yeah, so 2026 for you is all about celebrating your successes, celebrating the incredible things that happen throughout the course of the year and the life that you're building throughout the next 12 months. This lightens my heart. This is so incredible. Okay, let's see. Stay with me because we're gonna tap into your month of January and just see what, like, a couple messages that want to come through around January for you, to see how we can use this energy. I feel like sometimes when we are doing like year ahead readings, that is already enough guidance for like the first few weeks of the year. But I do want to get some more specific guidance on like how to navigate January. So we have integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. So I feel like January is more of like a slower month for you, and you're meant to like integrate a lot, like integrate maybe the shift that you've been through over the, you know, change of the year, maybe even integrate the message that you've gotten, integrate some of your dreams. Like, you're meant to move more subtly, so like no swift action, no like hard work, just like taking it slow, girl, taking it slow. Yeah, let's see what else we have come through. Yeah, your commitment is being tested. So I feel like that there is definitely some like more challenging moments coming through in January, which is okay. Like, we all have them, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just like really trying to set you up for the best success, and the universe is just really trying to help you understand where your commitment lies before you go into pursuing whatever you're meant to pursue this year. We also have reconnect with your source of your divine sexuality, and I reveal the wisdom keys of your destiny. So I feel like January for you will be a lot about like reconnecting with your sexuality, with your sensuality, with your pleasure as well. Just having fun, taking it slow, having fun, and like also some introspection and kind of like contemplation around what do you want out of life? What makes life magical for you? And what do you want to accomplish? What's your destiny? What do you feel called to do moving forward? Let's see any last insights. Okay, so January will be a fresh start as well for you, especially, okay, so January will be a fresh start for you as well, especially when it comes to your desire to act, your visions, even your like ideas, your creativity. And I feel like a lot of that comes from like you slowing down, from you integrating the shifts that you've been through, and from awakening more of that like sensuality and like contemplating your destiny in life as well. So exciting 2026 and exciting January ahead for you. That said, make sure to subscribe to my email list so you can get the ritual and the journaling prompts I send out every time as well, to dive deeper into these energies. And then I would love to see your vision board, or just like hear from you, whatever you're like, what you're trying to manifest next year, and yeah, connect further beyond the podcast. And yeah, that being said, I hope you have a great start into the new year, and I see you soon. Bye. Okay, let's dive into group number 2. Let's see what the year 2026 has in store for you. Okay, so we have respect and balance. Okay, so I feel like 2026 is gonna be a very grounded year for you, where you're exploring the idea of what does balance and what does respect mean to you. So specifically, maybe around your relationships. I actually feel like relationships are a big part of your 2026, and you're gonna, in many ways, find new balance in your relationships, but you're also gonna have more respectful relationships. And that can be to people, but also maybe to your work. or to like with money. Everything in life is a relationship, and I feel like that your relationships level up to be more respectful and more balanced as well. So there's more of this give and take kind of energy. Let's see any further messages. Okay, I feel like you also, it's funny because this card came through for the other group as well, but it does strongly want to come through right now as well. You are working also on your self-worth a lot this year. So there's gonna be, you're gonna evolve when it comes to how you see yourself, what you think you're capable of. Your self-belief is strengthening a lot. And then you are also gonna make some practical plans for your dreams. There's going to be a lot of like abundant and like prosperous energy coming through as well in 2027. And a lot of it comes from like the plans and the strategies that you've actually put into place over the year. It could also be that next year or like this year is a bit more emotionally charged for you. So, but that's not necessarily a big thing. It's just like you're working through a lot of emotions this year. And yeah, you're like working on really refining them and like dealing with them in a more balanced and like respectful way as well. Like relationships, like I said, are a pretty big deal. It does also feel like you're gonna find either like a partner or like a business partner or life partner or like really close friends. I feel like your social network is going to expand a lot, and you're going to have a lot of those ride and die people come through this year, where you're just like, you can do everything together with them. You know they can help you, they can support you, and they actually like help you significantly in moving forward. It's also going to be a year where you're going to be asked to lighten the load a little bit more and kind of release some of the tasks and responsibilities that you're holding, and kind of find some balance within that. Let's see what else. Okay, you also have self-knowledge. Dive into your depth where your truth resides. So I feel like you're going to do a lot of self-discovery, self-development work this year as well, expanding who you are. Like it makes sense because that also makes you attract people that are more like you as well. And you have sacred ceremonies. I remind your soul of the sacredness of the world. So I also feel like you're gonna make life feel more sacred, and over the course of 2026 you're gonna get into things that make life feel more magical and like that romanticize the everyday a little bit more. So that's beautiful. I love this for you, my group twos. Let's see what the month of January holds. So I often feel that when we tap into like the overall like year kind of ahead reading of, we often don't need so much guidance for the first weeks, but I still want to kind of tap in and see what wants to come through. So we have Hearth, safety, comfort, and spiritual connection. So I feel like that January will be a lot about like getting cozy, like cuddling up, like finding safety in where you are at. So I see you do a lot of nervous system regulation work, also a lot of things that make you just feel so comfortable. And also like diving more into your spiritual connection. Also, you've got the guidance that the answers you need are coming. So maybe there's still something that you're contemplating about that you really need to know to move forward over the course of the year. And Spirit says that the answers that you need are coming. So there's definitely some answers coming for you in January that you've maybe been waiting for a while that will help you move forward. Okay, let's see. Embrace. Remember your primordial nature, your vessel. Yeah, embrace life, embrace this new year, embrace the comfort, the safety, just embrace. What a beautiful message. I love this. Okay, let's see. Oopsie. Okay. I also feel like January is going to be a lot about dreaming. Maybe you haven't done your vision board yet, or maybe not solidified it enough yet, and so you're being invited to tap into your vision, into your dreams a little bit more, and like to really work on getting your hopes up, and like, yeah, like just wishing on the stars basically, which is a fun start. Like, we get to nurture the seeds that we've planted. We get to nurture that confidence that's growing within us to be able to make our dreams come true. So that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have the most incredible start to 2026, and yeah, let me know what you're looking forward to the most. Send me an Instagram DM. Love to hear from you, and until next time, let's dive into the group number 3 and let's see what 2026 has in store for you. We have illumination and knowledge, because I feel like that a lot of you guys who picked this group are tapping more into your spiritual side over the course of 2026. I feel like that maybe you're gonna get more into like psychic senses. Anyway, you're gonna have a lot of powerful downloads over the course of 2026. You're gonna get a lot of powerful knowledge that's gonna help you moving forward, and you're gonna shine a lot of light on what you desire for yourself and what your soul truly craves moving forward. So this is a year of like spiritual expansion, which is amazing. Let's see. Hey, so Spirit also wants you to know that any fears that come up maybe over the course of this year, like just lean into safety, like lean into this feeling of you're safe, you're secure, your family, your loved ones, everyone is safe, right? So there's gonna be a lot of like safety work that you're gonna do. Maybe you're gonna practice self-trust or nervous system regulation or something like that. It's also about like emotional management. So I feel like you get a lot more on top of your emotions, so your emotions don't get the better of you as often anymore. You're also gonna connect deeper on like a more emotional level with the people around you. And I feel like a lot has to do with just how the spiritual gifts that you're expanding. You're also like, your life is gonna move forward in like a beautiful way. Let me just quickly pick up this card. Okay, so your life is gaining momentum, like your vision is gaining, you are gaining momentum. The transformation that is unfolding is gaining momentum. So there's definitely some like shifts coming, like, and they come with like an energetic charge, but like a really positive energetic charge. So there's like momentum being built. And I feel like a lot of that momentum is being built in like your mental capacity, your capacity to receive downloads, to expand your mind, to be creative, to really download and like communicate with, higher powers. Yeah, and also like towards the life that you're desiring to build. So there's a strong message around, throughout the course of this year, you're going to get to exactly the place that you want to be, and you're going to have so much to celebrate. You're going to be so content with where you are, and you're going to be in overflow in so many areas of your life. And like what I feel most strongly is though, it's coming down to you, like the most impactful area of your life will be your emotions and like your like the connection that you've built with spirit. We also have personal power. I encourage you to be the master of your destiny, and the male principle. A step towards reconciling with masculine is before you. So I also feel like you're gonna tap more into your healthy masculine over the course of 2026. You're gonna learn how to reapply yourself to life, to take action, but in a way that is honoring all that you are, and you're going to step back into your power. You're going to take charge of who you really are, and like really acknowledge that, spiritual side of yours, that feminine side of yours, which is so powerful, and it's going to lead you to your dream life. Okay, let's quickly get some insights on your month of January. So we already have a lot of insights now on like what 2026 holds for you, and I feel like that is a lot to digest already, and a great guidance for you for the next couple weeks. But nonetheless, I want to give some quick guidance on what January specifically holds for you. Okay, we have summer, expansion and growth. Okay, so in many ways, January is gonna expand you, it's gonna help you grow. And I feel like it is pretty much kickstarting this whole transformation. And like I feel like you're probably already gonna get so many deep insights into like the spirit world this year, like this month already. But yeah, it's gonna feel very expansive and you're gonna grow a lot. There's also gonna be the end of a tough cycle, so maybe you felt like the last year was rather intense for you. Now this tough cycle ends and you get to like breathe fresh summer air. Life is showering with its abundance. Okay, so many good omens. You also have a lot of abundance coming through in January. Let's see what else. And you're gonna get fresh perspectives. So there's a lot of things that are gonna shift your mind, your perspective, your thoughts on certain situations, which might also lead to like you wanting to get more into like the spiritual side of things. So yeah, there's lots of like new perspectives coming your way as well in January. So that is it. I hope you feel as excited for your 2026 as I feel for your 2026. And yeah, if you like this, let me know what resonated the most with you or what you're looking forward to the most in 2026. And yeah, if you're new here, give the show a rating. I would love for your support. And yeah, I will see you next time. And I hope you have a great start to your new year. Bye!